justice for all. Okay, so if anybody wants to talk, please remember to wait for the microphone. And if you can, start maybe saying who you are, because we have so many new people, and that's going to be one way that I'm going to realize who you are, because even I don't know all the faces yet. So just wait for the microphone, and the reason why is because it's on YouTube. Yes, we can probably hear you in this room, but they can't hear you on YouTube. So please wait for the mic to get to you. So let's just start. First, a demonstration. So everybody should have gotten their packets already and been starting to vote. And there have already been owners that came to me and said they did it wrong. And they put the yellow ballot in the box on its own, and that can't be used. So just a quick demo. So you get your packet, you go through, there's voting instructions that tell you exactly what to do. You take your yellow ballot, you vote for who you want. You don't write on it, you don't put your name, you don't put your address, you fold it up, goes in your ballot envelope, right? And you seal it. Done. Next, you have your proxy. Now, your limited proxy is to cover what you want to vote for. Right now, there are 5 items that are being voted on. You have a layman's description of what they are. You then have your limited proxy and your 5 things to vote on. On the top, you fill out your number. It'll automatically go to the secretary of the board unless you want to give it to someone else that you know happens to be coming to the meeting. This is only to establish a quorum and to count your vote. So you fill out your top, you vote yes, hopefully, on every item, because we wouldn't be asking you to do them to vote no. So hopefully you will vote yes on everything. Then your designated voter signs the proxy, dates it. You take the limited proxy, you put it in the return envelope, the white one. You sign the front, designated voter signs the front. You then take your ballot envelope, put it inside there like that, seal it, and drop it in the box. Any questions?
Good job. And sign it.
Well, it is highlighted everywhere. Designated voter, sign here, sign here. It's on the back of the envelope. What to do? Please. I think last year alone, and it was one of the better years, there were about 25 ballots that couldn't be used because they either signed them, they didn't sign the designated voter, they put the ballot envelope in separate, and this is not my way of doing it, this is not Monterey's. This is the great state of Florida that makes you do it like this. So any questions, and especially while we're here in the office, if you're not sure and the office is open, I've got absolutely no problem, saying no, do this. This is how you do it. So please, if you have any questions, please ask. Okay. Next demonstration. And this is only for the people that are getting termited. 13, 17, 9, 20, and 36. There will be a meeting. You all should have gotten it by now. March 6th, Corey from Above and Beyond will be here to answer all the questions, but I'm going to do a quick little demonstration of what you need to do. So, anything that you digest, you put it in your mouth and you swallow it, must be bagged or removed from your house, okay? If it is in a sealed can, you don't have to do anything. If it is in a sealed, vacuum-sealed bottle that has not been opened, a Coke bottle, hasn't been opened, you don't have to do anything. Any other thing that's open, bread, potato chips, even if they're unopened, if it's not a can or a glass, has got to be removed from the unit or put in these bags. So they're going to go into a little more detail, but I wanted to show everybody. These are special bags that the fumigation cannot get into, okay? You take your one bag, you put your second one inside of it. You load the first bag. you put your food in. You don't get all the air out. You want the air in there. You either twist it, put a twist tie or tape. You then do the same thing with the outer bag. Once it's full and it's really done right, no air comes out, okay? Which means also no air gets in. So the fumigation cannot get inside. Your food will be fine, and this is anything you digest. Toothpaste, Advil, cough syrup. If it is open, it goes in the bag. All your fruits and vegetables, all your frozen food, in a bag. You can put it back in the fridge, that's fine, but it's got to be in this bag. We had some people that didn't do this the last time, and it cost $600, $300, because Terminex came in and said, you can't keep that, you can't keep that, you can't keep that, and it all had to be thrown away. So please, when Corey is here, you can ask more questions. I have some of these bags right now for anyone that might need them. If you're not going to be here when they're starting it, for some reason I do have some of these. So again, everyone got this little paper. You'll get another one when Corey comes on the 6th to show you what needs to be put in. Again, always better safe than sorry. If you're not sure, bag it or take it with you wherever you happen to be going. Unfortunately, one second. Unfortunately, no hotels seem to want to work with us this time. One of them said, oh, I can give you a room for $240 a night. And I said, excuse me? What? Well, sir, it's season. And I was like, you realize you might have like 40 people that want a room. Yeah, but it's still season. We can't do it. Okay. Called another one. $139. I said, oh, that's much better. What do my people do? Do they say, hey, this is from Monterey? Oh, no, I need your credit card and you need to reserve all the rooms right this minute. Yeah, so that didn't happen either. I apologize. But if you go into a hotel, I'd call now and try to look around for the best rate. And if you're going to be spending that much, you might as well go to Hutchinson Island and really enjoy yourself. Now, Jean, you had a question.
Yeah, I had a question about, just a question about, aside from the food and the medications and all of that, does our furniture need to be covered? Do all the glasses and dishes in our cupboards need to be re-washed?
They don't have to be washed. They don't have to be anything.
Okay.
You can put a sheet over your couch or something if you feel, especially if it's cloth. The fumigation gets into everything. Again, I'm sorry, it just, any house plants, they got to go. Pet food, if anybody has a pet, that's got to go too, the same thing. You do not have to do that. You don't have to wash your forks, your knives. It's not like the old day where you'll come in and actually feel a film. There's nothing there. It's a total gas. It has no odor. They actually put a chemical in it to give it an odor. Okay, so you might come in and still smell something, and it's going to smell clean. It's actually going to smell like something was cleaned. That's what the little chemical is they put it in it, and they only put it in there to warn people that if you go in there and you really smell this, or they had somebody that actually opened up the tent, a homeless person at a house opened the tent and put his head in. Okay, they monitor all these things. They will know. They have monitors in the buildings that tell if the pressure has gone up or down. If something happens, they're out here at 3 o'clock in the morning. So the place is secure and safe. It is being monitored for pressure and things like that.
Okay, do you happen to know what time we need to be out on those specific days and what time we can return?
Okay, so they will most likely be starting here, I'm going to say around 8 a.m. It's going to take about 2 hours per building to put the tents on. So you'll have to be out by 10. Normally you're in by no later than 3 o'clock on the third day. They will actually come with meters. They go in and they check the fumigation. It has to be a certain parts per million of what the fumigation has dissipated before they will open the building. I haven't seen any that have lasted beyond 3 o'clock. They tent it one day and then basically air out the unit. Again, any plants, dog food, anything like that's got to go. Most likely, the plants under the stairs are going to die, okay? What we need to do is as soon as the tents are removed, that area is going to be watered. We're going to drench it. We're going to go with hoses and drench every area under the stairs because it will kill the plants. So we're going to do what we can do. We will replace the plants when we're all done. Once we know what lived and didn't live, we'll replace them.
Chris, for the meeting on Monday, the 6th, it's for the residents in the buildings only that are affected?
Yes.
It's
yes, you
limited
don't-
seating?
Yes, you don't have to come, obviously, if your building isn't being tented.
And we'll have a check-in list to make sure that we cover everybody.
For the people that are coming in, they will be signing in. Yeah.
And neither one of us can make it, so
Okay.
can we write questions down that
Sure,
our other
yes,
friends
yep,
can
yep.
ask?
Anything that you think of, write them down.
Okay.
I will actually ask Corey that there's some people that couldn't come.
Okay.
What's the deal?
Okay, and will there be unlimited bags available?
Unlimited.
And we pick them up here?
He will be giving them out that day, but I'll have all the extras.
Okay.
So, I've probably got, I'm gonna say at least 100 in there right now.
Okay.
So we'll have plenty of bags.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions on the tenting? I don't see many people for that. Hey, hang on, wait for the microphone. Wait for the microphone.
How long do we have to stay out?
You don't have to. Your building is not being tented. 9, 13, 17, 20, and 36. Your building 33, you're not being tented. You don't have to go anywhere.
For those of us that are not being tinted, what are the dates that they are going to be tinted?
The entire week of the next week. So it's March 12th. March 12th, 13th, and 14th is building. 9 and 17. No, is 13 and 17, not 9. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is 9 and 20. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is 36. All in that week. Okay, so Bob and I started going around, and can you hear me on the YouTube all right, Chris? Because I'm not sitting down. Can you hear me all right? I'll sit down. Bob and I started going around already and checking parking permits. And we did realize that more people's back windows are tinted than what we thought. And you cannot see the new stickers. So a couple of people got tagged. I apologize. We knew you had a sticker, but we couldn't see it. So we've ordered different stickers. They're reflective. They go on the back bumper again or the window on the outside. We got them blank. We're going to write the numbers on them because we're going to go to the system that we should have gone to back in the day. So when they got the new permits, it was willy-nilly. You came in and, you know, you might be in building 51 and you got sticker number 1. No rhyme or reason. Without going through a book and looking and checking all these things, I can't just drive down the street. So there's a code that we're going to use. For instance, 1A will be 0101. Building 1, first unit. Make sense? Building 51J would be 5110. 51, 10th unit. We're going to actually write them on there. Owners will be in black or blue. We're going to use the same sticker, but we're going to use a red marker for either your second vehicle or if it's a renter. Okay? So when you get a new car, if your sticker's no good, if you get tagged by us because you don't have it, this will be the new sticker you'll be getting. Good? Yes. Hang on.
Okay. What about if we have the stickers already
You're just going
on?
to keep that sticker for now.
We don't have to worry
We're
about-
not going to make everybody change over. If you have a sticker for now, you're going to keep it. Eventually, when you need a new one, you'll get one of these. And if you never need a new one, then you never get one.
Okay, and I just wanted to get back to that tenting thing.
Yes.
Because I've heard so many different things. I heard we had to be out by...
Well, who did you hear it from? Did you hear it from me or the termite guy?
No.
Then don't listen to it.
So it's not before 12 and then coming back at 12?
No.
Will this tent guy tell us the time?
Yes, he's going to tell you what time. So
right.
do not listen to any rumor. Do not
Right.
listen to somebody who had their building tented 11 years ago.
Right, that's what I thought.
That's good.
And I guess I could ask him this question, like if you have bottled water or you have excess supply of stuff from, your insurance company, but it's not opened, you have to put it in the bag?
Okay, bottled water doesn't have to be because it's vacuum sealed.
Okay.
If it's opened, yes. Any medications, whether it's sealed or not, has got to go in a bag.
Okay, so that's all medication.
All medications, whether they're sealed or not, have got to go in a bag. All right? Toothpicks don't have to go in a bag. You don't eat them. Right? Toothpaste. Yes, you may swallow toothpaste. So if you have toothpaste and it's whether it's open or not, it goes in a bag. Shampoo. You don't eat shampoo. Doesn't have to go in a bag. Good? Okay. Hey, guess what we're still having a problem with? Anyone? Hey! Bingo! Recycling. So, I've got a few descriptions of what Martin County says can go in recycling. So any building reps that are here, if they're not already in your laundry room, would you grab one and put them in your laundry room, please? And again, what I say all the time, when in doubt, just throw it out. If you're not sure whether it's recycling or not, it most likely isn't recycling. Just throw it in the trash, all right? I say it every time. These bins in the past have gotten notices put on them saying that this bin is contaminated because something was put in there that's not recycling. It doesn't happen as often now because these guys use the trucks with the arms. They're not literally going and lifting the things. But that saves us money. Everything that you recycle doesn't go in that compactor, and I don't pay for it at the dump. So learn what's recycling and use it. Questions? Yes. Wait.
It's more a comment than a question. The recycling bins across from 32, this first building here, somebody had thrown away a furnace filter in the recycling. So somebody put out, "This is not recyclable," and taped it to the outside. Way to go, residents.
Very good. Very good. And remember, plastic bags cannot go in recycling, okay? If you carry all your bottles or your whatever in a plastic bag, dump the bag in, then put the bag in your trash. Annual meeting. Don't forget, you have got to bring your badges or you don't get in. The meeting will be recessed because we never can have a continuation because the voting is going on. If you leave during the recess, you can come back in, okay? I know at one time they wouldn't let you back in, but because the meeting is being recessed, it will be called back to order. You can come back in. Yes, wait.
When you come back in, you'll still need your badge?
Yes, you still need your badge, okay? That's the only
Thank you.
way that we know that you're an owner. Because I don't know if you guys are owners. Let's see. We will be sending out a new emergency contact sheet, okay? We will most likely do it with the next chip shots. It will be attached to the paper chip shots that'll be here, and it will be emailed to everybody that's on the email. Please fill it out. Send it back to us. We recently had someone that we had no emergency contact for them. We couldn't get in contact with anyone when they had to be rushed to the hospital. So we're going to do a new one every couple of years. I'm going to say every 5 years we've been doing these. And it also is going to have a reminder to make sure we have a key that works for your unit. If you're not sure if the key we have works, come here and we will compare it to the key we have on file. Again, very important. Termite guy came the other day to treat a couple of units. Couldn't get in because the lock was changed. Didn't give us a key. If you're locked out of your unit, guess what? If we don't have the right key, you're calling a locksmith and spending $100. So we're going to have a little reminder to please make sure you have the right key. Next, All of the cane bolt holes on the second floor have been filled in. And we already have residents that are digging the concrete out. Those residents are going to get a $50 fine, and we're going to have it repaired. This is from the engineer. We can no longer have holes in the upstairs walkways. It is causing damage to the buildings. In the amount of the overall repairs that was guesstimated by the engineers, close to $10,000 per building. That's $500,000. You cannot have you can keep the door open, we don't care, unless the fire department comes back in. However, you cannot use the cane bolts anymore. The buildings will be re-inspected. Anyone whose front door, it's obviously your door, you are going to get fined $50. We're going to fill it in again. And we're going to keep doing that until you realize you can't do it. And if you don't pay it, it will become a lien on your property, okay? Because it is not a fine. It is work the association had to do because you damaged common area. So it will become a lien on your property, and eventually we will get the money.
Is it a criminal offense?
It is not a criminal offense. It's only... I wish it was, Bob. But... we're going to be adding that to Channel 63. And again, folks, if you can figure out if you can figure out another way to keep it open, that's fine. There are door stops. If you go out this door when you leave, there's the old-fashioned kind of door stop that just goes down. Now, you have to get a longer one because your step up takes up room, but they do make them. We installed one at building 33F. You have to have a chain when you use that because it can blow open, but it won't blow closed. That's one way. There's also the old ones that everyone used to have. It is a metal rod that screws in with an eye bolt on one side and an eye bolt on the other side, and the rod just kind of goes into the eye bolt and keeps your door open. There are ways you can do it. You just can't drill into the catwalk anymore. Ed Morgione first.
Hi, Chris. I'm Ed Morgione. I live in Building 3A. Are we within our rights to take all of those bolts out of the doors?
The bolts were actually paid for by the people, so they're not actually owned by Monterey. If that comes down to the last that this continues to happen, that might be the option of we're going to come and remove them.
Thank you.
Yeah. And see, Ed's the only one that listened when I asked, please say your name and address. Even a board member said something without saying it. Oh, Bob, I'm sorry.
Victor Bryce, 59. Home Depot has what's called a security bar. It has a U-shape on one end that fits around your doorknob, and a rubber stopper down at the bottom. You can set it for different lengths. Home Depot, I think it's like $27. It's a good sturdy bar, and you can have your door propped the whole way open, and the wind will not kick that bar out.
Okay, there's another way to be able to keep your door open. Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. He said.
Rosemary Downey, 13I. Chris, please tell everybody who plugged those holes up. It took him 2 days on his own
He doesn't want people to know who it was.
Well, it should be known, because that was a tedious
It was
job.
it was a board member that volunteered to do it, and he did every single one by himself. And
At no expense.
And it was a male board member, and it wasn't Vic, Bob, or Gene. But I'm not going to say who it was.
Hi, Chris
Hey,
McIntyre,
shush.
22J. So the object is not the problem with the emergency squad?
That's correct. There are two doors that had to be closed because they called the fire department. The fire department says that these doors are not supposed to be propped open at all. However, he said unless there is a problem with your community and we have to come in here, we're not going to enforce it. Okay? So they're like this unless somebody calls and says, the door is open so much I can't get in and out, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's the only time they're going to come in here. So yes, Chris, you're 100%. It has nothing to do with them. This is strictly because water from rain over the years has gotten down in those holes, and it has gone into the gapped floor, and it is causing damage, okay? It's causing something that's called spalling. That's when rebar gets rusted. Now, a piece of rebar, cement's wrapped all around it. When it rusts, it expands. It pops a cement. We've got chunks of cement that are falling off from the lower part of the walkway, all right? So it's all because of damage that's being caused, not the fire department.
A quick note on those bars that Victor was talking about. When you have your door propped all the way open, you're actually pushing it against the edge of the bricks. That puts a lot of stress on your hinge screws, and I can tell you from some of the metal doors, I've had to help people replace the screws. It just pulls them right out. So if you're going to go with that, you got to be real careful that you don't really wedge it back, because it will definitely pull the screws out.
And when that happens, call Chris Davis. He'll come and fix your screws.
Yeah,
No?
I'm not cheap,
Yeah.
though.
But you're not cheap? You're easy, but you're not cheap. What? Peg. Oh, wait a minute.
That's where the chain would come into place, Chris. I mean, you could probably use the chain on that.
Correct. That is another one, like the little door stop, where if you had your chain set so it will not open beyond that point, that'll eliminate the screws and your hinges getting messed up.
Also, anyone that wants to get that drop-down foot that's on the bottom of the door, like out here, I found a site, on Amazon. They've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 inches. So.
And those are the ones that you need. You need the 8 and 12-inch ones, because it's long enough to reach the floor. Because don't forget, upstairs you step up to get into your house.
Are we going to change the width that you can open your door? I mean, how far can we open these things? I mean, is that going to be an issue? I mean, I know I see a lot of them wide open. I see them partly open. I mean,
if we start getting complaints that they're open too far where people can't get by, that's when we'll have to take action.
Okay.
Because that, folks, is when the fire department's going to get called.
Just have everybody be aware
and
of
then
that.
nobody will be able to keep them open. So, I understand you get a breeze, you get extra light,
Yeah.
but be aware that your resident or your neighbors may have to walk past. So if you've got your door all the way open and somebody's trying to carry a laundry basket, you can't get by. Just be aware of that, because we don't want to lose the right to keep these doors open. I don't think anybody wants that.
no, I mean, I think, well, sooner or later, we're going to end up opening them just so far. 'Cause that's
Eventually it
gonna
will
an
be,
issue. An issue.
and what the fire code is, it has to have 36 inches of egress,
Yeah.
which only leaves you about 12 inches to
Yeah.
keep your door open. So don't abuse it to the point where we're going to get a complaint,
I mean,
because
if
then
some-
you'll only be able to keep it open 12 inches.
If somebody starts getting a complaint, I mean, be aware that the neighbors, once they turn it in, we're going to have to address it, so.
All right, you got a few questions over here, Peg. She's coming. She's getting her steps in.
Hi. Oh, okay. Linda Winger, 20I. The last time we met, or I think it was last week, there was a suggestion about using mats and having the hole drilled into a thick mat. I think you had a couple here to show us. Is that still acceptable?
Okay, so
And
we're not
could
going to
you explain?
we're not going to actually promote that. Hundreds of people here have got mats, okay? The fire department actually says you're not even supposed to have a mat. So we're not promoting it. If that's how you do it, it's okay with me. That's not okay with the board, though. Only me.
Thank you.
I'm not getting them in trouble.
Marilyn Paul, 41A. The last time we painted the buildings, if you come down over my door, there is no plaster up there. It's all gone, and they just painted over
it.
Well, what happens is the water comes through, and if you come down and see my sidewalk, there is no paint.
It's all worn off from that.
Yes.
So that definitely, that's perfect example of why we have to fill these things in. When they paint the next time, we'll have them fix the stucco. That'll be one of the things that we're going to do. Not exactly sure when we're doing the painting, but it'll be on the list for sure, because you're not the only one. There's
Okay,
other,
'cause
yeah.
I was going to write it up today.
No, I got it. No worries. You got it. Be- Right here.
I'm thinking that, if we keep these doors open and someone is not able, just like you said, to pass through because there's not enough space and they have grocery bags. But I was just wondering now, if there's something happens, like an accident, that person falls off because there was not enough space to pass and then damage themselves, or heaven forbid that they fall off and they break their leg, then who gets sued? I mean, is the owner can get sued? Because, if you're really major damage, that people sue. So you sue the owner or you sue the association for having allowed that?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. We've never been sued for it. I really don't know who you would go after, suing wise. I hope I'm not around to see it happen. I don't know. I'll have to look into that because I honestly don't know. Would you? Tell the other 508 unit owners that, because that's not going to be a very positive thing. But I'll look into that. Next.
I've had my door propped open as far as it'll go for at least 5 years. Everybody's able to get past, even with a laundry basket. It's not a big issue.
There has been in the past, though. You open yours all the way, so you going back towards the wall. There are some people that open it like 24 inches. Well, then that only gives 20 inches to walk by. And if you're somebody that's a little handicapped and you're carrying a laundry basket, that's why I'm saying, folks, you gotta be aware of your neighbors, because those are the ones that are gonna complain to me. We had one where the person kept opening it up, we had to call the fire department. So, just be aware. Gate keys. Gate keys are on back order. I know there's about 10 people that are waiting for them. Their shop is actually closed because of COVID. I'm looking to get the keys made somewhere else. We'll hopefully have them this week. So if you have a key that doesn't work or you're looking for extra keys, hopefully we'll have them by the end of the week. We had a situation at Building 19 over the weekend where someone who was watering grass, did we put new sod in at 19? We have not put new sod in. There is absolutely no reason why anyone should have to be watering their grass. Apparently they had a sprinkler on that was city water on one of these sprinklers that does this for 2 or 3 hours. Unacceptable. That's city water. We're paying for that. You not only pay water, but you pay sewer. And none of this grass is in any chance right now of dying because of lack of water. Our irrigation system actually works. So please, new sod, new plants, 100%. You can go out and hose them. But if you don't have something that's already established or is something that's already established, there is no reason to be out there watering, especially for hours, okay? I've got, Wally would like to say something. Wait for the microphone, please.
Thank you. Wally Tejan, 45A. A week ago Sunday, a Monterey tradition was continued, and I'd like to thank Manny Rios and his volunteers that stepped up and, in memory of Pete Luciano that did it 12 years ago when I first came. Pete's family showed up, and it was a wonderful time. And I understand Manny's going to continue doing it going forward. Chuck Parks also wants to thank.
You wanted to say something about March Madness, I thought.
Yes. A week from today, March Madness, which is another Monterey tradition. It's an elimination tournament, 64 brackets. Right now we're shy about 13 brackets, so we need 13 more couples to please sign up. Whether you play it or not, come down and enjoy, cheer on your friends. Like I said, it's an elimination tournament, so you must be available Monday through the following Wednesday. The last day is probably the 13th of March. Thank you.
And Chuck wants to say something. I believe about a 9 and dine.
Yeah, I'm Chuck Parks, 45D. We're going to have another 9 and Dine come up. It's going to be on April Fool's Day, April 1st. It's going to be open to 72 golfers and 28 dinner guests. This is going to be the 5th one we're going to do. And the proceeds this time are going to go to the veterans of Monterey to help try to get their park finished, and that's where the money will be going to. So we appreciate everybody's support on this. Thank you very much.
And let me just clarify something. You said 28 dinners, so that the 72 golfers get dinner plus an additional 28. So we're going to have 100 dinners all total.
Yeah, all that will be posted up soon. This is a little early, but I figured I would try to get everybody primed for it a little bit.
Definitely.
But I appreciate it.
Good. With the veterans, so at the Board of Directors workshop meeting, it was asked by the board when the Memorial Park was changed to the Veterans Memorial Park, and that was actually done at a board meeting on Tuesday, February 22nd. So about a year ago, the board voted unanimously to change the name of the park from the Monterey Memorial Park to the Monterey Veterans Park. So just in case anybody was wondering, it was voted on by the board. So now we're just going to open up to, oh, no, we're not. Hang on. You're going to see guys working on Canner Highway. They have finally started doing the pipe. They will be doing a vibration test along our wall. They're going to have a monitor on our side of the wall that is going to be monitoring how much vibration the machines are putting out for damaging, for damaging our wall. So if you see construction guys coming and going through our gate, they have a key that they're allowed to be there. Please don't touch whatever equipment they put there.
Joe Roberts, 17G. Judy and I just want to thank everyone for purchasing shirts, hats, visors. We did quite well. We're still on track for mid-March delivery. And we'll let you know when the stuff comes in, let you know where to pick it up. And we're going to have some hats and visors on hand, so if anyone would like to purchase them from now on, just contact us.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Everybody hear that? Shirts? Thank you for stepping up to the plate and taking it over.
Hi, my name is Deb Wolk. I live in 7J, and now it's been 8 weeks since my window has not been fixed. And the only thing that's been put on it is a black plastic trash bag that just flaps in the wind, you know. It's been windy, and I can hardly sleep. And I'm wanting to know, do you have a contract with this Monterey Glass?
No, it's done as a per basis thing. We don't have contracts with them for that.
Okay, so can I call another company and have it done?
If you can get somebody else out here, by all means, do it.
Okay, because
they're just, we're just getting the runaround from them.
I mean, really, because, I mean, seriously, I can hardly sleep when it's windy.
Well, nobody says that you couldn't have put a piece of cardboard or something over it.
I did put a piece of cardboard on it, but, you know, it's thin cardboard, and I'm by myself, so my husband's back home. And I'm by myself, so I really can't, you know,
If you can find another company that'll do it, by all means, and then give me the bill.
Okay.
Yep,
Thank
not
you.
a problem. You know it.
Thank you.
I just have two things.
Who are you?
Jean, no, Pat Fried. Where's Brenda Burney? She's Phyllis when she doesn't want
people to know who she is. Yes.
I'm Pat Friedman in Building 13. Is the pressure washing finished?
No.
Okay, that's my first question. No. Second, how many building reps are here? Okay, we really need to get on. That's it. Oh, we first we're going to have a breakfast meeting before your next meeting in March. I know, and there will be food. So come on.
Usually at breakfast there is food. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
How about drinks, too? But we really need to get on the ball with getting the dues in from your residents in your buildings, because we need it. It's a donation, so you can't really demand it, but you can please give. So suggest it very harshly. No, just kidding.
Harshly.
All right, and that's it.
Suggested harshly. She said harshly. I'm just repeating what she said.
Eileen Mamo, 49E. In the workshop meeting the other day, you talked about the pond.
Folks, please.
And I didn't hear Pond 3 mentioned, and I was wondering what the plan is for Pond 3.
Pond 3 will be done probably the next year. The majority of the work on Pond 3 is going to be done on the building side. So what we're hoping to do is any place where we have to redo the bulkhead that's on the golf course side will be done during the summer. And then they can continue working on the rest of the pond even during golf, because it won't be affecting the golf course. That pond is going to be a lot more expensive, obviously. It's huge. Again, that one won't probably be until next summer, so it would be the summer of 2024. And I'm sure you'll all be made aware of how much you're paying. Don't you love when I say that? No, I know. It hurts me. Anything else on anything? Any comment on anything? Wait for the microphone over here, Peg.
Claire Ferretti, 46A. The Mora donation, which the building reps are supposed to collect from every unit. Is it $2 per person or $5 per unit?
Sue, $5 per unit.
$5.
Whether you're one person or two, $5 per unit.
What if there's 3?
If there's 3, then it's still $5 per unit. We're going to give them a deal. It's a bargain.
Thanks, Peg.
It's such a deal. Wait. She's right there. Might as well give it to her.
Yes, Pat, back to the breakfast. Do you have a date for that? Is it for just the leaders or all the building reps?
Not everyone, the building reps, the leaders, we need more participation. So we feel a breakfast with some beverages in the morning would be a great incentive for them to come and see if you need help in buildings or whatever's going on. And then Chris will be here also.
Chris will not be there. Chris will not be here that Monday. How are we going to do that?
What is the date, Pat?
It won't be on that Monday. I don't know. Man, I've been saying that a lot today. I don't know. I'll have to look at my calendar. I'll let you know.
Yeah, Chris, Chuck Parks again, 45D. I noticed that we have on 60...
Folks, please.
I noticed we have on 63 the new changes in the working hours you can work in Monterey. I'm playing golf on Sunday, and over on hole 7, we have people doing screen work upstairs on a Sunday. Is that allowed?
You know, we talked about that at the other breakfast. That's actually a contractor that's working for Monterey. I really thought that the reason we came up with that not working on Sundays was the noise factor.
Well, they're inside doing it up there. They're not
if you're
outside.
doing painting in your unit, what kind of noise does that make?
Oh,
You
that-
could still do that. We were talking more of like, I think the complaint that we really got was somebody was chipping up their floor on Christmas Eve. I mean, if it's not, if it's really not something that's disturbing residents, that it's a nuisance, I don't think that that's what the rule was made for.
Well,
I could be wrong because
I understand that, but it's supposed to be contractors, and they're contractors. So that's my question. That contractors aren't supposed to be here on Sunday.
And I think the actual rule, the way it was written, was inside your unit. You can't have contractors. And again, it is only if it's a nuisance is what it was. This might be something that needs to be readdressed.
I mean, it's not an emergency thing to
right.
have to put a screen in.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying. It's supposed to be emergency Sunday only.
Again, that was for your individual unit. This is contract work they're doing for actual Monterey. I guess the board will have to talk about it maybe at the workshop meeting.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
So, also at the workshop meeting, I think we had said something. Does anybody know where that big brown dog was? So we did figure out where the dog was, and it was a guest. But I just got a text from Grace saying that there's a large black dog on the golf course walking by hole 8 towards 7. Never mind, it's a contract that has fixed in Deb's window. No. Folks, okay. Guests are not supposed to bring animals. If it happens to be that it's not a guest's animal, the dog is never allowed on the golf course. Ever. Okay? Please call the office and let us know, because if you don't tell us, I'm not standing out there right now. I can't see it. Please let us know if you see an infraction. You don't want to put your name, do an incident report, but it really would be better if you see it right that second to call us immediately and say, there's a dog so-and-so where and where, or whatever it happens to be.
They aren't even supposed to be behind the buildings, am I right, correct? Nowhere.
Correct. You're not supposed to be on the golf course side at all.
Going back to the noise, Pat Ellington, 44G. At 9 o'clock, I had drills going off in my condominium last night. So somebody was drilling at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
My feeling is there should be no construction on Sunday. Like you said, painting, fine. There should be no hammers or drills going on Sunday.
And that's
that should be a day of peace.
Yeah, that is basically the rule that the board made, is no kind of work like that on Sundays or holidays, or I think after 7 p.m. Again, unless it's an emergency. If your toilet blows up or something, you have to have a plumber come out, or an air conditioner guy, of course they can do it on a Sunday. But that is exactly what they made that rule for, was more the nuisance thing of bothering your neighbors. It might be 6.
Okay. I need this clarified. Golfing, I'm not offending anyone. I love golf. I love to watch you all go by hole 7. It's fun for us. I used to golf, but I don't golf anymore. However, if Joe Schmo owns the unit and his great nephew and the frat brothers want to come and golf, and hey, can we, Uncle so-and-so, can we go to your condo and then they can use the golf course?
Okay, so here is how this rule works. If you are a guest staying in the unit, okay, I'm staying with Uncle Joe Schmo. I can golf with, I think Mixed Golf is going to vote on it, up to 2 twosomes only. Okay, for that exact reason. We don't want, hey, 5 foursomes of my frat brothers, let's go to Uncle Joe's and play golf. No. So if they are actually guests staying in the unit, they can golf with a guest pass without Uncle Joe Schmo being with them. If they are a day guest, you live in Port St. Lucie, and you're coming over to play golf, Uncle Joe Schmo has to be with them. Okay? Mixed Golf, I believe, will be talking about this tomorrow, of what the limit is, because we did have somebody come in and they wanted to buy 7 golf tickets, and that's about the limit. We don't want, exactly, my church is having a little get-together. I live in Monterey. I'm going to block off, even though I'm paying $8, I'm going to block off 6 foursomes. That's not going to happen. Does that answer it? Okay. She's coming.
I just want to clarify
Put it next to your mouth more.
clarify the power washing.
I understood that buildings being tented that had not been done, they're going to be done after this
That's
process.
correct. If your building has not been pressure cleaned yet, but you're being tented, we're not going to pressure clean it beforehand. We'll do it after. Yes. And I'm pretty sure Weston started pressure cleaning again last week. I know he had to do building 10, and he's picking it back up, and he's just going to keep doing them on a weekly basis. Any other questions on anything? How about it? So Hotwire is here installing. They are doing the groundwork, which is the fiber optics. So you're going to see a crew out here digging and laying all the fiber optics. The next step, obviously, will be going from the fiber optics to a junction box or to the building, and then the interior work. So, and it looks like we're going to be done pretty quickly. We started taking names for people that are leaving early to see if we can get their units done. Chris Hunt from Hotwire is thinking we're going to be pretty much done by the end of April. So they're moving along. So don't hold me to that, because that's Hotwire saying that, it's easy digging, the installation is easy. They haven't started actually doing it into a unit, so they might get, some kind of tie-ups. But he is saying this is going to be a very easy property for them to install. Best I know. Anything else on anything? Hang on, wait for the mic.
Hi, I'm Linda Martin in 21A, and I have a question for you, Chris.
Yes.
I've talked to some ladies here that are single also, and we were saying that it would be nice if we could get a small, like a group, and have like for singles, and be for men and women, and if we could do it like here in the clubhouse.
Do you want to run it?
Yes.
Then
Yes.
Yes, you could do that.
Yes.
Definitely. That would be a little club for Monterey. You can do the Singles Club of Monterey, and we meet, the third Wednesday at 7 p.m., whatever. If you're willing to run it, we're willing to let you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know it. Board of Directors, you're all right with that? Any board that's here? Yeah. So none of them are saying no, so you can do it.
Hi, Sasha, 28. Forgot before.
Forgot your last name there for a minute?
Yeah, here I am. Now I'm forgetting the question I was going to ask him. God. About Comcast. Now, when this first started, that you told us about it, I thought you said Comcast is going to come to each place and take down all the cables.
Never said that. Never said that. No.
So they're not taking down the cable?
No, they are not. The cable, once the cable is in your unit, you have cable, running over a door or something?
Yeah.
To give you, yeah, that's yours. Comcast is not coming to do anything with that. Okay, that belongs to you. That has nothing to do. They might have done it, but once it's in your unit, that's yours. So Comcast will be sending every single person a letter telling them what they must do to return their box and to shut off any additional cable you pay for. If you pay for HBO, if you have internet, they're going to tell you how you have to shut that off. They're also going to offer you to stay. You can still have Comcast if you want. If you love Comcast that much, you can keep Comcast. You're going to pay Monterey for Hotwire, but you're also going to pay Comcast, okay? But by law, we have to give them the right to offer you because they already have their wires in the ground. Anyone who wants to keep Comcast and still pay for Hotwire, I don't know why you'd want to do that. Again, the only thing that we are working out, and we just sent them their second cancellation notice to make sure that they got it, is we are trying to have them have a crew come here to take your boxes. Okay? You would have to bring your box here and turn it into them rather than going to the Infinity office near Panera Bread or wherever it is. That's okay. That's the way they gave the boxes out. That's the way we're expecting them to take it back. Just because I'm expecting that doesn't mean it's going to happen. But that's what we're working on.
Okay, but We wouldn't bring the boxes here
You would-
until
if
hot
they-
wires.
Of course, you wouldn't bring it in until your building is wired for hot wire. Hot
Right.
wire is going to come into every single unit. They're going to hook up your modem. They're going to explain to you. They're going to show you actually how to use your remotes. Once they're in there and you now have hot wire, you don't need your Comcast stuff anymore.
And then we could bring it here.
If they're going to have a group come here to accept the boxes, you can just bring them here. If not, you have to return them to Xfinity, which I believe is near Panera Bread on US 1.
Well, when would you tell us this?
When you're going to get, I just said, you're going to get a letter from Comcast. Comcast is going to send every single unit owner or resident a letter explaining all of this. Okay? I just got an email from them. Bob was asking about the wires outside. All the Comcast wiring will still be here. Okay? Because they had the contract and the wire belongs to them, we had to grant them an easement to put it in there. Their wiring will be here forever. If we change hot wire in 10 years, their wiring will be here forever. Okay? They're not going to come and tear out the fiber optics. So, just so you know, all the cable will still be in the ground.
If hot wire comes in here and you're all hooked up, you can turn your cable boxes in.
Correct.
Number one, okay, you can turn them in. One thing to be aware of, they're going to be coming in through the storage closets. So if you've got stuff in your storage closet, when they come in there, you might want to get all the stuff out of the way where they're going to be hooking up.
And again, we will notify everybody of when that is happening. We're not just going to come and knock on your door and say, why don't you have this moved? What the hell? What the heck? Okay, anything on anything else? Anything? Awesome. Great meeting. Thanks, everybody. See you next month.